Odoo manufacturing, when you first go into the module, you land on the dashboard which shows the work centre's overview. This shows any orders that you've got in action, where they're up to. At the moment, there's nothing planned, and it's suggesting I might want to plan some orders. Let's have a look at the settings. When you go into one of the work centre's settings, you see information like your time efficiency, your costing information, capacities, equipment, and maintenance of this work centre. As you start doing more and more productions within this work centre, the data in here starts to fill. To do a manufacturing order, all products must have a bill of materials. If I go into this bill of material here, Blackpool Rock, we can see all the components that are needed to make the product variant of strawberry. We have all the components and the quantities and the unit of measure that they're used in. This is to make a box of 1,000. If I wanted to make another version of this product, a different variant, different flavour, a very quick way to do this is to click on Action and Duplicate. Once I've duplicated, I can change it to the apple flavour, and I'll also remove my pink colouring and my strawberry gel. I'll then choose my apple flavour product. So I've got my apple flavour gel and my apple green colouring. And I'll put the amount of products I need in there. Now, if I go back to my bill of materials, we can see that I've got two for Blackpool Rock. Which one's which? I'll put strawberry here. And navigate through, and I'll put apple here. This means, from my list view, I can differentiate between which bill of materials is for which one of my variants. Going back into my new one that I've just created, the apple flavour, I've got the component parts that go into it. I have the operations to actually make this product, so I can prepare the ingredients, I manufacture it, and I package and inspect. Each of these is blocked by the previous, so I can't manufacture the product until I've done the preparation, and I can't package until I've manufactured. I've got the duration expected to take to complete these products, and I've got instructions that sit with them as well. Inside the Smart button in BOM Overview, I can see the cost to actually make this product. So we can see what the component costs of all the component parts are and how long the cost would take. So to make a whole box, it's going to cost me £34. Now, if I wanted to sell this to order, I can come out of the manufacturing and go into the sales module. Here, I land on another dashboard screen. It's all permission based. If I didn't have permission to be in sales or in manufacturing, I wouldn't see any of this information. I'll click on New. I can set who my customer is. So Gifts Galore. Their address comes up and they've got an invoice address and a delivery address. They are using the default price list, and I'll then add in the products. So I'll sell them Blackpool Rock. So I'm also able to add a customization here. So with the middle, we want to add Smart IT. I want one box of 1,000 units of apple. And I'm going to do the same thing again. And then I want one box for 1,000 of strawberry. I'm able to confirm this order. And upon confirmation, I get both my delivery to send the products to my customer, and I get my manufacturing orders to make them. I can access the manufacturing orders by clicking here from the sales, or I can go directly into manufacturing, operations, manufacturing orders, and I can see them both here. What I'm also able to see here is that I have available components for my strawberry, and I do not have available components for my apple. That means I can buy them in, or they might already be on the way. Let's have a look at the apple one. We can see that I've already got the sugar and the water, but I don't have my apple flavour gel and my apple green colouring. Let's buy some. I'll add each of my products to my purchase order, and I'll add a quantity. I'll confirm this order, and I'll receive in my products. Let's go back to the manufacturing. Inside my manufacturing order now, I've got available components for each of my products. Within Odoo, there's more than one way to complete a manufacturing order. I can very quickly go into my manufacturing order and I can plan. By planning the manufacturing orders, I can then see in my planning when it's expected to complete them. I've got time today. So we can see, based upon which piece I need to do first, you can see when they're due to be done. If I go back into my manufacturing order, I can come into here and I can look at everything that I need. I can start and stop and do all my production from this view. So I can say I'm working on the preparation, I can press start. As soon as I press start, it tells me the administrator is working on it. We can see here in the chatter that it's myself working on it, and it started to time the real duration it's going to take me to do it. Once I've got all my component parts prepared, I can click on done. I can then start doing the manufacturing step. Again, it's saying that it's administrator doing it, and it started to time me doing it. Once I've completed that, I'm able to click on done. And then in the packaging inspection, I can do the same thing, start, and when I'm done, I can press on done. I can add a lot and serial number to my product. I can go into that lot and serial number and I can ensure that the expiry dates, because it's a food product, are correct. Once I'm happy, I can produce everything. Inside the overview, I can see the real costs. So I can see that I used all my component parts, and we can see how long it took me to manufacture. So the preparation work centre costs some money, and then the administrator time for the user also costs time. It gives me a total cost of the operations. Alternatively, I can use the shop floor app. Inside the shop floor, I can decide which work centre this station is for. So if you imagine you had a manufacturing facility with tablets at each one of these stations, I can say that this one is for preparation. Click confirm. I can come into the preparation area and I can see that I've got one manufacturing order to do. If a different operator wanted to work on this, I can click on the operator and say that Amy has a PIN number. Amy can look at what she's got to do. So Amy is preparing the ingredients. The first thing she's going to do is register the production of the products. Also, by doing that, she's making the serial number for this product too. If there was something wrong, if she needs to do a scrap, so if some of the products were damaged or weren't of a good quality, you can scrap products too. I'm able to add components should I need to. I could move it to another work centre if this wasn't an appropriate area to do it. I can do worksheet improvements, quality alerts, and request maintenance of my equipment. If needed, I can also block, which will stop the timer to ensure that no time is wasted in the costs for this product. Amy can then mark it as done. This manufacturing order goes away. If I go to all manufacturing orders, we can see that I'm now in assembly to manufacture the product, but I'm in the preparation work centre. So imagining that I've moved to assembly, I've turned this tablet into the assembly one. Another user can now come to assembly. I'll add somebody else in. I'll say Paul. And Paul can then look at the manufacturing order. Clicks onto it to start working on it and the timer starts. And again, has the same information. We can scrap, add, move work centres, etc. Once Paul has done all the manufacturing, he's able to click on mark as done. Once again, the manufacturing order goes away. And you can see then there's no more left to do, but there is something in all manufacturing orders. This is now in finishing. So if I go into finishing, I can be a different operator at this point. And the render can start work on the final packaging and inspection. Here, I've got a quality check to do. I can come into it and I've got to check the size of the rock. So on receipt from manufacturing, check the dimensions are as follows. Narinda will do a subset of this to check they're all okay. Once it's completed, we get a tick to say it's done. Narinda does still automate the ability to scrap products should we need to, and Narinda can mark as done. At this point, Odoo is suggesting we close the production. This is because we've completed all the steps. I'll leave the shop floor now and go back to the product and the manufacturing. We can see that this is now saying plan orders because there's nothing less to do, and our manufacturing orders have gone. We can see the two that I've done that came from the sale order, and let's have a look at them. Looking at the order, we can see all the products that were consumed. We also see allocation, the sale order, and the scraps that I did. So I can see here that I scrapped some pink colouring. This went from stock into the scrap location. If I look at the overview of this, I can again see all the costs that have been gone into it. So I've got the cost of the products and the cost of the operations, meaning the total cost of the components was £21.53, the total cost of the operations was £3.44. So the real cost for a box of 1,000 was £24.97. Once all the manufacturing orders for one sale order is done, over in our inventory, we can see that we'll have a delivery order to process. If I go into here and go to a sale order number 15, we can see that my demand for one box of 1,000 is ready for each of them. I can see detailed operations, I can print this out, I can validate it to ship it to my customer. Looking back onto my sales order, I can see that my quantity ordered and my quantity delivered now match, so all that's left to do is to create my invoice, confirm the invoice, send that through to the customer, and that's the operations all complete.